This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Get ready because you're about to watch some folks play a game for a kind of a life-changing money that most of us just dream about. This is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Hello everybody, I am Marie Clarice Wrong and welcome to the show. Are you guys ready to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Today's contestant is a 21-year-old college student from Camotes Island. Please help me welcome Sara Bel Anciampo. Welcome to the show, Sara. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Oh, that's good. I heard there are a lot of good beaches there at Camotes Island. Do you have some recommendations?
Yes, you should visit Talandiut Islands. It's very nice and the food is amazing.
Wow, I should definitely go there. So today you'll be taking on some challenges to be the next millionaire. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So let's start. Here's the mechanic. There are 15 questions and the money's value is growing from $500 all the way up to $1 million. Every question you answer correctly moves you one step closer to the top prize. Remember, you can always walk away with money you've earned up to that point. If your answer is incorrect, you walk away with nothing until you get those two thresholds, the $5,000 and the $25,000. You have three lifelines. First is the audience can help you with one questions. The second is 50-50 where we'll take away two incorrect answers. And finally, plus one or call a friend. So who's with you?
My plus one is Lovely Almacen. She's a good friend of mine and a trivia master.
Alright, let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? The category is History of Drama in the Philippines. So for your $500 question.
During the prehistoric times, theater in the Philippines was in the form of indigenous rituals, verbal cues, games, or songs and dances to praise gods. According to early chronicles, prehistoric dramas consisted of three elements: myth, mimesis, and spectacle. Would that be letter A, true, or letter B, false?
I'm pretty sure it is true, so final answer is A, true.
That's correct! $1,000 question, here it is. When the Spaniards reached our shore, they used dramas such as Zarzuelas as a pedagogical tool to influence pagan tribes and teach them about Christianity and religion. What do you call the other important form of theater popularized during the Spanish colonization, which is a play and a verse that portrays the lives, loves, and wars for Moors and Christians? Would that be letter A, Comedia, letter B, Moro Moro, letter C, Linaybay o Arakyo, or letter D, all of the above?
Comedia is also known as Moro Moro, Linambay, or Arakyu. Definitely, the answer is letter D, all of the above.
That's right! Here is your $2,000 question. The Philippines was widely influenced by their culture, tradition, and religion throughout how many years of Spanish regime? Would that be letter A, 256 years, letter B, 333 years, letter C, 453 years, or letter D, 500 years?
I've read about this already, so I think the answer is B, 333 years.
That's correct! For your $3,000 question. When American colonial rule was established, the United States introduced the American way, life through education, media, and language. Their influence on Philippine theater is most apparent through blank, and the plays, dramas are staged or translated into English. This is not a straight-up play. This is a theatrical performance is. In fact, a mix of songs, dances, comedy, skits, and even magical performance. What do you call it? Would that be letter A, Zarzuela, letter B, Comedia, letter C, Vaudeville, or letter D, Meme?
In American colonization, Vaudeville was introduced. Therefore, I choose C, Vaudeville.
You're right, that's the correct answer. Another trivia, in the 1930s, Philippines was introduced to Broadway theater or stage plays through the westernized education that was provided in most private schools for privileged children. Shakespearean tragedies and comedies, as well as Western classics, are performed in the original English or English adaptation.
Yeah.
So next question is your first threshold. You could get your answer right, you'll have $5,000, and nobody could take it away no matter what it happens to them. So here it is. In this time, movie actors and actresses could no longer appear in films as all film equipment was confiscated. Would that be A, Spanish regime, B, American colonization, C, Japanese occupation, or letter D, none of these choices?
I know that in 1940s, the Japanese took over the Philippines from the American and confiscated film equipments. But the Comedia, Zarzuela, and Vaudeville remained in the country as forms of entertainment and expression. Then eventually, Vaudeville evolved to become stage shows or variety shows with a short melodrama at the end to accommodate the actors and actresses who moved their craft to vaudeville and theater. So, it is absolutely C, Japanese occupation.
You get that right! This is your first threshold and you still have 3 lifelines. How far will Sarah go? We're about to find out when we come back.
Gusto mo ba magkaroon ng soft and shiny hair like me? Switch na sa Palmolive Naturals Pink. To the left, to the right, umikot na. This ad is brought to you by Palmolive Naturals. Charlotte, i-finger ko man yan.
Welcome back to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I'm with Sarah Bell and Tiampo. Are you ready to continue?
Yes, I am ready.
Alright, so let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? For your $7,500 question. After the Japanese occupation, the Philippine theater was evolved to become an amalgamation of the various influences such as Zarzuela, Commedia, vaudeville, and Western classics. Theater was largely performed in English during that time, as it became a large part of a classroom education. Listed as are Zarzuelas that became well known beyond the regions, except one. Would that be A. Ang Kiri, B. Dalagang Bukid, letter C. Darating ang Umaga, or letter D. Paglipas ng Dilim?
I'm pretty sure it's not Dalagang Bukid and Paglipas ng Dilim. So, I'll pick for letter A.
You're right! We go on to the next question, which is about the elements of drama. For your $10,000 question. Relationship refers to the connection and interaction between people that affect the dramatic action. What elements refers to the settings and circumstances of dramatic action? The who, what, where, when, and what. That is the stake of roles at characteristics. Would that be letter A, space, B, situation, letter C, mood and atmosphere, or letter D, movement?
Space refers to the space of the performance and audience, fictional space of the dramatic action, and the emotional space between characters. Therefore, it is definitely B, situation.
That's correct! Next question is worth $12,500. It refers for the identification of portrayal of a person's values, attitudes, intentions, and actions as imagined relationships, situation, and ideas in dramatic action. Would that be letter A, role and character, letter B, symbol, letter C, focus, or letter D, movement?
I think I have to ask the audience first.
Okay, so you will use one of your lifelines. Now the audience need to comment on the chat box what the answer is. Based on the survey, the audience chooses letter A.
Okay, I trust the audience, so I'll go for letter A.
That's correct!
Thank you, guys.
Now we move on to your $15,000 question. Below are some of the elements of drama, except one. Would that be letter A, voice, letter B, mimic, letter C, symbol, or letter D, language?
I'm sure it is B, mimic.
You got it right! You are now in the second threshold, which is the $25,000. Are you ready?
I am.
Here is the question. Dramatic action is the driving force and forward motion of drama to create dramatic meaning, tension, belief, and the audience engagement. What elements refers to the sense of anticipation or conflict within characters or character relationships, problems, surprise, and mystery in stories and ideas through propel dramatic actions and create audience engagement. Would that be letter A, movement, letter B, focus, letter C, mood and atmosphere, or letter D, tension?
I know it is not focus because focus is to concentrate the attention in a spatial direction, and movement is about using facial expression, posture, and action. It is also not mood and atmosphere because it is the feeling or tone of both the physical space and the dramatic action created by or emerging from the performance. So, I'll go with letter D, tension.
That's correct! You're now closer to becoming a millionaire, and you will still have 2 lifelines left.
Yes! Woo!
We'll see how far Sarah can go after a short break. Welcome back to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Sarabel Atiampo is now at her second threshold at $25,000. Good luck, and here's your $50,000 question. What type of drama in the Philippines refers to a poetic debate presented through songs and dance, which originated from indigenous courtship customs, where poets use proverbs and riddles to present their suits to women of their choice? Would that be letter A, epic poetry, letter B, Sarswala, letter C, Duplo, or letter D, Sinakolo?
It is not epic poetry for sure. I know Duplo is about courtship, so letter C.
You get it right! You are getting closer to the top of the money tree. Here is your $100,000 question. It is considered the highest point of Filipino folk literature and dates back to pre-colonial period. Would that be letter A, epic poetry, letter B, balagtasan, letter C, sinakolo, or letter D, traditional folk dance?
This is hard. I am torn between 2 of the choices, so just to be safe, I'm gonna use my 50-50 lifeline on this one.
Okay, I'm gonna help you out by taking 2 incorrect answers.
Okay, this makes it pretty positive for me because I know balagtasan was derived from form of duplo. So, my answer is A, epic poetry.
That's correct! On to your $250,000. The question is, below are the sum of the types of drama in the Philippines except 1. Letter A, moro-moro. Letter B, vaudeville. Letter C, traditional folk dance. Letter D, none of the choices.
I am sure that the answer is B, none of the choices, because Moro Moro, Vaudeville, and traditional folk dance are some of the types of drama in our country.
You are right! Are you ready?
Yes.
Here is your $500,000 question. It is the dramatization of the life and death and Jesus Christ, and is usually presented as a community activity during the Lenten season. It is still endures to present, ranging from simple productions to more technical, sophisticated, and modernized versions. Would that be letter A, Vaudeville? Letter B, Sarsuela? Letter C, Sinakulu? Or letter D, none of the choices?
Well, I am confident that Sinakolo is the answer, so letter C.
Are you sure?
Yes, final answer.
You got that right! Wow, you are now in the last question for $1 million question. Good luck!
Thank you.
Here is your $1 million question. Traditional folk dance is one of the types of drama in the Philippines. Which of the following is not popular traditional folk dance? Would that be letter A, Tinikling? Letter B, Siningkil? Letter C, Itik Itik? Or letter D, Singkil?
That's hard. I know it is not tinikling because it is a popular folk dance in the country. But I don't know the rest, so I have to use my +1.
Okay, let me call out lovely Almacen to help you out. You have 30 seconds to discuss. Timer starts now.
What do you think is the answer?
Okay, so Itik Itik is originated as an improvised dance in Surigao del Sur and was discovered by national artist for dance who is Francisca Reyes Aquino, so it is popular. It is not Siningkil but Singkil, which is originated from the Maranao people of Lake Lanao in Mindanao from the epic legend Rangan. So it's probably B for me.
Okay.
Sarah, I just want to go over to the stakes here. You've got $500,000. If you get this, you will win the $1 million. You know that, right? But if you don't, you drop all the way down to $25,000. No person has ever won the $1 million in history of the show, which started 2 days ago. So if your answer is correct, you'll be the first one to achieve the title.
I think I'll choose B, Siningkil, but let me clear, it's my choice. If the answer is wrong, the blame is all on me. Lovely, you don't have to feel sorry.
You also have the choice to walk away with $500,000.
Yeah, but as much as I want to walk away and the embarrassment I'll have the rest of my life for getting wrong, it means more to me to get this right. I also thought to myself that I'm going for $1 million, so I'm just gonna take this risk with confidence. I choose B, Siningkil. Final answer.
Well, the history is changed. You got the correct answer.
What? Oh my gosh! Thank you! Woo! Thank you!
Congratulations, you just won a $1 million.
Oh, thank you! Thank you!
our first ever millionaire, Sarah Bell Antiampo.